Hey there, hoshpup here, back with another update video of sorts. Originally I was gonna make this just one long video, but then too many different topics were merged together and it would have taken forever to get through them all, so instead they're gonna be split into 4 different videos. For this one I'm just gonna be talking about some of the strange things that have happened on the channel since I've been away, the first of which being when YouTube set my channel as for kids, and even though I changed it and made it for everyone, a lot of my older videos, especially the gameplay ones, were set as for kids, which I think meant people couldn't comment on them. I don't know, someone pointed that out recently, so thank you for that. I had to go through and manually change every video to be for everyone, but now it's all working again. The second thing is about one of my oldest videos, the Star Wars Outpost defense one. People still seem to watch that these days, which is nice. Although over the past year there have been some issues that have been slowly creeping their way into that video. If you haven't watched it or didn't already know, that particular video uses a lot of copyrighted music. When I first made it I was very young and didn't understand or really care about that type of thing, so it uses a lot of actual Star Wars soundtracks, which means that it has a bunch of different copyright claims from various companies that license the music. Which is completely fine, as when I was making it I didn't really care about monetization or anything, just wanted to make it for fun. However, recently there has been a new claim that has been added, and that actually made the video not available in the United States, which a few people also pointed out, and I did that special thing you can do where you change the video to delete the copyrighted audio. Although that does take out some of the normal audio too. I think some people have noticed that and they're like, oh, where's the sound? I've been getting a few comments about that. So I think the best thing to do would be to undo it and then re-upload a new version that has different music. The reason why I've never done that before is because, unlike all my other projects, I actually don't have the original file anymore that I used to put it all together. Which is kind of disappointing. I keep everything usually, but I think it's because it was my first project and I was using a different program. I think I was using like Sony Vegas for it. I never used it for anything else after that, just used a trial or something. But after that video I decided to then use other programs and then eventually paying for the Adobe things and used those instead. This meant that probably during one of my computer cleanups, I think I just deleted it. And it's just gone. I've tried looking, and even doing a recovery on my hard drive to see if it was still somewhere deep in memory, because when you delete things, it technically isn't gone, you can still get it back, so long as that bit on your hard drive's not been overwritten with something else. So I found that quite interesting. But sadly I didn't have any luck, and I wasn't able to recover the original project file. However, I did manage to keep the original source files for the project, so those are the images and then the videos of all the images put together. So for a long time I was thinking of redoing the video from those files. The biggest problem is they're just the raw animation files. There's no effects, there's no sounds, and there's no music. The no music is good because that's what I'd want to replace, but no effects and no other sounds means I'd have to redo all those as well. And it would be strange because I don't know if I even have all the original sound effects from that video, and putting something else in there would just sound weird at certain places. You'd watch it again and be like, oh, that's when this sound plays, and then it doesn't. It's like, oh, it's different. I don't like it. The next option would have been to just take the finished file, which has everything put together, all the effects, as well as sound and music, and then just mute it. But that also presented an annoying problem where I'd have to still make sure the sounds line up to the original effects, and them also sounding a bit different. Lining them up with the effects would be the more difficult thing of the two, because with the original project files, all of the frames where the effects are put in, you can just drag the sound file to line up with that perfectly, whereas doing it again, you'd have to do it by eye, and it wouldn't be as good. So that's why I've never really done it. It's something I've wanted to do for a very, very long time, especially as it's been slowly restricted in more places, and especially now that you can't watch it in the US until I took out a big chunk of the audio. When I took another look recently, however, I managed to stumble across the actual After Effects files, which is very important because these have all the effects and sounds lined up in the right places, which means all I need to do is go through all of those, re-export them, and then add music on top. And then I think, unless I added anything else in the original Sony Vegas project, that should match up 100% with the original without the music. As you can see from what I'm showing you on the screen, there's a lot of these. I don't know why I split them up into so many different parts. There's like 60 parts. I think it's because at the time my computer wasn't up to rendering like a massive long video, so I split it up into various little ones, but there's a lot of them. Now I can't promise it's going to be perfect because I don't know if I did any further editing later, like cutting certain bits out or adding different effects later in Vegas. I don't think I did, but I might have done. Oh, that intro, the intro to the video, that was definitely made all in Vegas, so that might not be there, might be just using my new one. Although, if people want that intro, I could just take it from the original video and just put it on the front. So yeah, that could work. Also, since these are the original After Effects source files, I think I added the sound effects directly here, even though you're not technically supposed to do that, what I learned later. I did it that way because in my mind it was easy to line up the sound effects with the laser effects. As you can see here, you can just drag it and it will match perfectly on the timeline. But because I did it that way, how it works is it reads the file from your computer instead of making a copy. So if that file no longer exists, then the sound won't play. So I got to check to see if everything is still there, or if it's not, if I can find it on my computer. And if not that, then I have to get a new sound to replace it. But for the most part, everything should still be there, hopefully. So to conclude, this is something I definitely will be working on slowly in the background when I have time, especially as the original video is very different now with lots of bits of the audio muted. When it's finished, I will then undo as much of the changes as YouTube allows me to on the original, which will mean it's blocked again in the United States, but those people that can still watch it will be able to have the original video without any changes. And then everyone wins. So that's it for this update video. I hope to be able to finish that LEGO Star Wars Outpost Defense music replacement video soon, and keep an eye out for those other videos that I'll be making. 2 of them are about Roblox games specifically, so if you're interested in Gardens vs Graves or Outbreak Survival, there's news on both of those, containing things like behind the scenes updates and what the future plans may be for both of the games. So yeah, looking forward to sharing those with you guys soon. Well, that's it from me. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.